Goodness to you. This is Sporty King, and you know I always say goodness because I don't know whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening. But isn't it great to have good in front of your salutation? Welcome to Gift Friday. I created it because so often we hear TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But I say, what allure does Friday have to that person who took their last breath on Thursday? Or any day before that for that matter. So I use what I've learned through Psalm 92 and 2. And that is, it is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. Thus, instead of TGIF, I use TGIT. Thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight. You see, then I get to add the lesson that I got from Matthew 6 and 34, which says, so don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Thank God it's tonight. Today's trouble is enough for today. Thank God it's today. And I offer first another way of looking at TGIF, and that is trusting God is free. TGIF, trusting God is free. Think about what it costs to be blessed with the greatest gift of every single day, waking up. It doesn't cost you a dime. And that still moves us into realizing that if we move the T in TGIF from the beginning to the end, we find what we really must give God thanks for, and that is today. God is for today. So Gift Friday is actually, did I do that? Yeah, God is for today. Gift Friday is my sharing of one of my original poetic messages, and I tell you how to use it to help start a conversation that could change someone's life, including yours for the better. Each poem is then available to you as a gift from me. All you have to do, if you like a copy of the poem and you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn Live, you can send me an email at sporty@sportyking.com and I'll send you a copy of the poem. If you're watching on YouTube or on my website, you can just drop a request in the thread. The reason I say Facebook and LinkedIn to send me an email is because that way I will be responding to your email, and that way it gets through your firewalls, etc., because it doesn't look at me as spam. It looks at me as someone who's returning your message. And speaking of messages, as we close out this 3Fs, Final Friday in February, and February's Black History Month celebration, I'm going to take us back to the second to last Monday. You see, on that day, we celebrated President's Day. And this poem combines the two celebrations, Black History Month and President's Day. In 2000, I was contracted to create a tribute poem at a gala honoring presidents of Black-owned companies. I decided that the lesson to be shared in this poem would be about a plethora of things. Quite simply because being president has that complication about itself and its place in your life and the lives of others. So join me and enjoy some of the lessons as they add up to the need to be respected as being you at all levels. This poem is from my book, I Found Out I'm Living, an affirmation of life, about the fact when we release our physical self, we can enjoy more a spiritual self. And the title of the poem is Levels of Presidency. Now, what I want to do with this one is kind of set you up. And I'm going to give you some of the lessons that I want you to be listening for and hear as I read the poem. One, I think as a president, and it is important to be open to change. Two, I think it's important to be willing to share your lessons. See, when you share your lessons, you have to realize that some secrets are needed to free you. And then you have to realize that some secrets are about your dreams and your aspirations. And then some secrets are about your personal responsibility. So those are the things that you need to share. Those are the lessons that you need to share. How you can free yourself, how you can talk about your dreams and aspirations, and how you can talk about your personal responsibility. Then I think there's also the lesson of being an achiever regardless of your race, creed, sex, color, gender, etc. Or what will happen is you will minimize your success if you don't realize that you have to be an achiever regardless of who you look like or who they say you are, because what you have to do to be successful is put the accomplishment first, then the category. So I am successful and I accomplished this, then I may be identified as we have the, he, him, black, male, 6 foot tall, single. See, first the accomplishment is more important. And the categories have to be spread out so that the blessing, the categories have to spread out the blessing of being who you are so that you don't lose being who you are. And that's why it all adds up to the two most important lessons is that you have to be respected and you have to be you. So here's levels of presidency. Some of us are in charge of companies, others just our families and ourselves. Thus, we're all at some level of presidency. So the real question is, what's on your shelves? Are your shelves filled with old ideas and volumes about how you won't change? Or is there just a little less dust on each chapter of your life to confirm that you have rearranged priorities, shifted opinions, even grown from constructive feedback? And do your shelves say you've benefited or lost because your heritage revealed that you're black? Are your shelves tall? I didn't want to say high because I'm not talking about what you may like to get to allow your mind to drift away from my truth. Because my truth attacks you in a silent spot that has a sign saying, please see the head librarian. In other words, a spot that you don't truly want to share because you don't truly want to be set free. Are your shelves tall? With volumes and volumes of tales about what you could have done, might have been, or should have had? If only your stories didn't let your scapegoat be the hero. And have they gotten too tall for you to recognize yourself as tapped on the shoulder by grace that saved you from sitting on the have-not side of the fence? Or are your shelves tall because each of us here respects your top shelf mentality? We support your worthiness, value, and reputation of being head and shoulders above the rest. So we read on about you, smile, and occasionally look back, never once deciding that you benefited or lost simply because you're black. Are your shelves as filled on the left as they are on the right? Are your morals and values in visible sight? Are the things we should really know about you neatly filed away? Or do we get to read about your viewpoints and quote what you have to say? Can we enjoy you as a novel, laugh at your comic books, thumb through the photo albums, enjoy the memories and the evolution of your look? Will we give you the credit you deserve without attack and recognize there's no benefit or loss? You're just good. And in your case, you happen to be black. And some of us are in charge of companies, others just our families and ourselves. You see, we're all at some level of presidency. The question is, what's on your shelves? Levels of presidency. Look, enjoy your gift and think about how you can share that. If you'd like a copy, remember, just email me. If you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, email me at sporty@sportyking.com. You're on YouTube or my website, just go ahead and drop that in the thread and I'll send you a colorful keepsake free copy of the poem. But as you think about the lessons that you needed that I wanted you to hear, you can go back and listen to that poem, and I think they'll be even more clear, because a lot of times that, what we need to do is listen a couple of times. And remember, we learn through repetition. So let's learn to keep repeating the good messages and the things that make a difference in our lives as we work toward making life better for everyone in our path. Have a safe weekend and have a lot of goodness going on in your life. I'm Sporty King. Ciao.